Often, when the American Revolution is discussed, battles such as Bunker Hill and Trenton come to mind. However, today we're going to be delving into an entirely different type of battle, a battle for the South, the Battle of Camden. The Battle of Saratoga between the Americans and British in New York was a resounding American victory, which squashed any British hopes of quickly ending the rebellion in the northern colonies. This led the French to forge an alliance with the Americans, which would prove crucial in the years to come. George Germain, the Secretary of State in the colonies, came up with a southern strategy, which was to capture strategic strongholds on the coast of southern colonies, attract loyalists, and then use the southern colonies to capture the northern ones. In 1778, the British were able to make significant gains in the southern campaign, capturing and defending the colony of Georgia from a Franco-American force. They followed up on this by capturing Charleston in March of 1780, officially dehabilitating the American cause in South Carolina. General Henry Clinton, who was in charge of the attack on Charleston, left General Charles Cornwallis in charge, who managed to secure British control over South Carolina by garrisoning the nearby town of Camden. However, hearing that an American force was coming to oppose them, General Cornwallis moved north of the town to face them. The Battle of Camden took place on August 16, 1780, between 3,700 Americans and 2,300 British. General Cornwallis on the British side placed his most veteran soldiers, the 23rd and the 33rd, under James Webster on the far right. He placed volunteers from Ireland in the right straight center, and he placed militia from loyalist parts of Carolina on the far left. On the American side, most of the company was formed by militia, but Continentals from the north under General DeKalb were also present. The British began the battle with a bayonet charge, which unnerved many of the militiamen on the American side as they weren't exactly experienced fighters. The two sides began to engage in a firefight, which lasted for many minutes, until the militiamen eventually began to break and flee in multiple numbers. General Webster knew he had to capitalize on his victory, so he wheeled around to disperse all of the other militia regiments to his left. He continued until he reached DeKalb's Continental Division, which held out until they were eventually overwhelmed. The Battle of Camden was a resounding British victory that secured the colony of South Carolina for the British Army and allowed them to use it as a springboard to capture more colonies to the north. Paired with the siege of Charlestown, the battle destabilized the Carolinas, pitting loyalists and patriots against each other, which caused obvious schisms in local populations. As a result, South Carolina would go on to have more battles than any other colony in the Revolutionary War. Thank you for listening. If you liked this, please comment and subscribe. If you would like to see more Revolutionary War battles, please also comment and subscribe.